Hey there, class. Faisal here, coming at you with your June 4th ENG4U class for today. So, the thing to talk about today will be brief. It'll just be concluding paragraphs, and then I'm going to give you guys your time to finish your essays, which I hope most of you are doing. So, the concluding paragraph is nice and simple, but let's go through it very quickly anyhow. So, first of all, you need to write your rest of your essay. I haven't written a full essay, sorry, but I've given all I need for writing a concluding paragraph, right? So, you guys are familiar with my first two paragraphs because I've been using them, but let's just imagine for a moment that I've written a full essay here, and it's got over here, I've got a topic sentence. Before the incident, Kara was attempting to get her mother back to go back to her father, which was a cry for help. Right, that was my first topic sentence. My other topic sentence, ultimately Kara jumping in the water was her attempt to prove to her mother that they don't belong there. Right, so assume all these dots are quotations, they're examples, they're analysis, they're all the good stuff that you need in your paragraphs, which you should definitely have. So, all that's left then is the conclusion. So, the conclusion is the easiest paragraph that you're going to write, and it's going to be composed of three things. So, first, you're going to restate your thesis, then you're going to summarize, and then you're going to do a send-off, right? So, the first thing is the restated thesis, where you give the reader your thesis in different words. So, let me go back to the beginning. My thesis was Caro jumped in the water because she hated the fact that her mother had ripped her from her comfortable home in order to live with a vagrant like Neil, which led her to create progressively more dangerous stunts in order to get her mother to address the situation. So, that will become this particular sentence here. Caro jumping in the water was a cry for help and an attempt to escape from the conditions of the trailer. Right? So you're just restating your thesis in different words. Right? Don't just copy and paste it. Give me the thesis in your own words. Right? Or not in your own words, because it's your own words to begin with. In different words. Now, if you've done a good job with your essay thus far, and I know you guys have, I hope you guys have at least, the next part is also quite easy. Because what you do is you go back to your topic sentences for the summary, right? And what you're going to do is you're going to summarize each of these paragraphs, right? So let's see. My topic sentence for my first paragraph was Caro hates the trailer with a burning passion. And down here for my concluding sentence, concluding paragraph, I'm gonna have Caro hated the downgrade in conditions that came with her being moved into this trailer in the middle of the woods, as well as the new man who is supposed to be acting as her father, right? So I'm trying to just restate that topic sentence in new words, right? Second paragraph, before the incident, Kara was already attempting to get her mother to go back to her father, which was a cry for help. So over here, she attempted indirectly send a message to her mother about how unhappy she was, but her mother did not properly listen to her. Right? And then this next paragraph, ultimately, Caro jumping in the water was her attempt to prove to her mother that they don't belong there. Right? The dive into the water was her last attempt to get her mother to see her discontent and resulted in the story's tragedy. So, all I'm doing is I'm reminding the reader of my main points, right, which are the topic sentences, and I'm using different words. Here's a simple rule for concluding paragraphs. I should see no new ideas in your concluding paragraph, right? It should all just be reminders of what's been going on in your paragraphs thus far. Think of it this way. Let's say I'm reading your essay and, I'm halfway through reading your points and quotes and everything like that. And then all of a sudden, in the middle of the essay, this cat comes and does something to really distract me. Maybe she knocks something down. Maybe she meows at the sun. Maybe she does something that's really annoying. And, I lose concentration and I forget, oh, right, what was the second point or what was the third point, right? So, in that situation, right, I don't want to have to read your essay all over again. So that's where the concluding sentence or concluding paragraph is handy, because the concluding paragraph reminds the reader of what you were talking about, so that if a cat comes and bothers the reader, right, they will be able to remember what you were talking about, right? So it's that kind of thing. That's why you repeat everything at the end, right? Or not everything, but the topic sentences. So you do that, and then you're good. But you've still got to do one more thing in order to finish your essay, right? Which is the send off. The send off is basically a concluding sentence for your entire essay, right? It's meant to give closure, right? It's meant to just finish things so that you don't have anything else to do. And what I've written here for mine is Monroe's story is thus a story that shows us a desperate little girl. Oh, wait, that's kind of weird. A desperate little girl trying to escape from the terrible situation that her mother placed her in, right? So, sort of a concluding sentence for the whole essay, just so that the reader knows that you're done, right? So, don't think too hard about it, right? You don't have to make it fancy or anything, but it's just meant to conclude the entire essay. And then you're done. So that's the last thing you need to do. The whole essay is supposed to be 1,000 words. Remember, there's this up top, right? Tools, word count, which will tell you tools and then word count, or Control Shift C, which will tell you your word count. Right? This is kind of fake because my essay is just a bunch of dots. Right? For the word count, I'm looking at a plus or minus 10% kind of thing. So if as long as you're somewhere between 1,000 and 100, sorry, somewhere between 900 and 1,100 words, you're fine. If you're at 895, then that's fine. If you're at 1,105, then that's fine. If it's at 2,000 or 3,000, then that's too long, right? And I know one person who's probably going to give me a too long one, so you know who you are. Don't give me a too long one. And if it's only 200 words, then obviously that's not fine either, right? So I want something within the range. Now, so that's what I gotta say for the concluding paragraph. Very quickly, tomorrow we're gonna try something new, right? I did this with my other class today, so I think it works pretty well actually. So instead of having a group discussion like we usually do for our Google Meetup, instead, I'm going to have office hours, like I talked about yesterday. So come on into the Google meeting anytime between 2 and 4 and come with questions, right? So if you need to ask me, hey, what's going on with, I don't know, citation, or can you explain topic sentences to me again, or whatever it is you need to know about, you can come and you can ask me there, and you can come anytime, so it'll be one-on-one, and I'll just answer you as if you came up to my desk during class in school. So that's what's going to happen tomorrow, and tomorrow I'll also post some things about Othello for you guys to take a look at, right? We're going to be starting Othello in earnest next week. So, that's about all I have to say today. So I hope the essays are going well. And if you need to ask me questions either through the usual thing with comments or by coming to office hours tomorrow. So thanks so much, guys. I will see you guys next time.